Shalom, all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakadesh. Double honors to the elder apostle Great Millstone, and citations to I teach all truth and sincerity. It's gonna be called This World Is Not Our Permanent Home. So I'm gonna read. This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14. It says, For here have we no continual city, but we seek one to come. And this place is not our home. Babylon, America was set up and made for us to go through captivity, to go through our punishment for turning our back on our power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, to, for us, it wasn't set up for us uh to enjoy this place, to what's the word, um for us to get wrapped up here in this wicked world. Our mind state has to be on what's above, um not of this world, because if our mind stays of this world, we're gonna get destroyed with this world. But you know as the scripture I just read, which is Hebrews 13 verse 14, we seek not, we seek a continual, we have no continual city here, but we seek one to come, which will be New Jerusalem, the kingdom of heaven, um, where we'll have, riches, we'll have peace, we'll be immortal, we won't have to go through the pains and sufferings that we experience here. We're not going to be subject to payments, because everything that we receive in the kingdom will be ours forever, and it will be in abundance, and we won't have to worry about, um, you know, losing it, because, but I'm gonna get that scripture in Micah. It's Micah chapter 2 verse 10 says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword of destruction." And we gotta mentally, spiritually rise out of the mind state of this wicked place, because this place can spiritually, spiritually, physically corrupt you. And if you are about this wicked world, you're going to be destroyed with this wicked world. Um, um, Certain people have said to literally, physically leave, America, which is Babylon. But this scripture is not talking about um, physically leaving. We have to, spiritually and mentally depart. You know, and that means you have to get more into the mind state of of, of a servant of the Lord, um, and clean yourself of your old ways, and depart from the wickedness of this world, and come and um, under the mind state of 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 a servant, of of a new creature, and as serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Um, I'm trying to think of that word. Uh, but anyway, to move on, the point is, you know, this is not our permanent home, and we have to separate ourselves from this wicked world, and be renewed in our mind towards what is right. Um, and because we did, go through captivity while we were over here, and the only person that can redeem us and take us out of this captivity, out of this place, is Yahweh Shai. This is Isaiah, Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. Salaki. It's Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. It says, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I speak unto thee. Thou shalt see no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And Egypt means house of bondage. And we were brought over. All 12 tribes experienced the transatlantic slave trade. The Northern Kingdom went through it first. Then they went and got the Southern Kingdom. Um, and we wouldn't see our homeland Israel again. But we were bought and sold on the auction blocks to our enemies, to Esau. Sold by those by Ishmael and the Africans. Um, sold by Esau. Because Seville, Spain, was considered the slave capital of the world. So Israel was sold throughout the four corners of the earth, and the only man that will redeem us and can redeem us is Yahweh Shai. No man can redeem us but Yahweh Shai. Um, that's why the scriptures say in 1 Corinthians 7 verse 31, which I'm gonna get, it says, use the world, not abuse it, because the fashion of this world shall pass away. This place will be annihilated off existence by thermonuclear missile fire, and the laser beams from the chariots. So this place, Babylon, is not going to be here forever. The kingdom of heaven will be established on earth. So this place has a limited time to exist, and soon our kingdom will be established on earth and will last forever. So we got to use it while we can, but not get wrapped up in this wicked world, because it will pass away. It will not exist anymore. Because a wicked kingdom cannot um stand while a righteous kingdom is being established on earth. You know, that's why when Yahushua comes back, all the Gentiles who are in power, they're going to be taken out of power. And brought down into captivity. And the next rulers will be the Israelites, who will establish righteousness in the earth forever. So anyway, this is 1 Corinthians 7 verse 31. It says, and they that use the world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world shall pass away. So we're supposed to use the world, take care of our business, our responsibilities, pay our bills, if you can pay your taxes, um, be a law-abiding citizen, do what you can so you can continue doing what you're supposed to do for Yahweh Shem Shai. But don't get wrapped up in this wicked world, because this place has a temporary, is only gonna last here for a short time frame, and soon um it's not gonna be in existence anymore. Because this place has a bound or time that will be brought down and destroyed, and will be you know turned into a desert, full of desert animals, and nobody human will inhabit it. But not to go off topic, this place will pass away, basically. Um, but I'm gonna go back to Hebrews, um, chapter 13, and I'm read verse 15 and 16. This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 15 says, by him, therefore, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to Yahweh continually, that is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks unto his name. But to do good and to communicate, forget not, for which such sacrifices Yahweh is well pleased. And, most important thing is to continue doing the work of the Lord and praising Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to the best of our ability, and communicate and you know continuing um the labor for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Um, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna say all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and citations to you. I can teach all truth, sincerity, and shalom. Okay.